Hey, it's Guy Hutchinson. Today we're talking about the Smurfs. This box has been severely crushed. This crushes me a little bit on the inside because I am a board game collector. Look, there's some of my collection there, and I pulled this one out. I thought you guys would like to see this one. This is from Pressman, so this is not one of your top game companies. Pressman does make a lot of games. I always think of Parker Brothers, Milton Bradley is really the big dogs in the fight. This was with, I think, the first Smurf movie. It says here 2011. Pressman shows a little bit of the game. I have played this one. This is called Run Smurfs Run Game. And you can see here, it says on the back, the Smurfs have just finished their big adventure in New York City and are racing home. So this is a sequel to the first movie. This is a midquel between the first and the second one. I think that's the term. It says they've just finished their big adventure in New York City and are racing home. Take a card to find out what color. Wow, they're giving the instructions on the back. Not really needed. To find out which place to move next. Oh, that's good. So this is kind of important. When you play a lot of these kiddie games like Chutes and Ladders, one of the things was they didn't use numbers like dice because a lot of times kids, when they're very young, they're not good with numbers, and so they may not know how to move a thing 6 spaces, and even looking at a dice with the 6 dots, not so easy for them to interpret when they're at the younger end of this. What's the age group? Yeah, it says for ages 3 and up. I mean, you got a 3-year-old, they might know how to do that, but they might have some trouble with it. So we're going to lay this thing out. We'll look at it and find out all about it. So let's go. All right, here we go. I remember when this movie came out. I did see this movie. I remember Neil Patrick Harris was in it, and there's Gargamel. That was Hank Azaria, I think, or I think it was Hank Azaria. I don't remember. Let me know in the comments if you remember. I don't. But I remember this came out around the same time as the Yogi Bear movie, which it was another animated, thing brought to life. I like the Yogi Bear movie better. I thought this one kind of strayed too far from the source material with some of it. I just didn't, I don't know. It didn't feel as much fun. Made a lot more money, though, I will say that. You got Clumsy here. You got Grouchy. I like that like there's a Grumpy Bear in the Care Bears. There's, of course, Grumpy in the 7 Dwarves. But there's always like a grouchy character. You got, I don't know, Happy maybe over here. Smurfette up here. And then Brainy Smurf, Mr. Know-It-All. And the Run Smurf Run Game. All right, let's set this thing up and take a look at it. So I mentioned when you play Candyland or Chutes and Ladders, you do a lot of this stuff where you draw a card and you're just trying to, figure out something very simple that kids can follow. Like if I drew this card, I would move my guy here, right? Very simple. If I drew a blue one, I'd move him here. If I was here and I drew another blue one, here, right? Very simple. Candyland, Chutes and Ladders like that. This is a great game for little kids, though. And really anybody that wants to play a game very quickly and easily, because you just put your figures at start, you pull your card, and your cards will tell you where you go. So they'll either be a color, or if you get a Gargamel one, you've got to move backwards to the nearest Gargamel space. So let's say if you're here, if you're here, you go back to, so like if you're right here, oh, there's a Gargamel there. All right. If you're right here, you'd go back to start. But if you were right here, you'd go back to this Gargamel. So you go backwards. Gargamel brings you backwards. If you get Smurf berries, which are these here, and let's see what they look like on the card here. Let's find a Smurfberry card. Here's an apple card. We'll save that. And where's the Smurfberries? Let's see here. Come on, Smurfberries. Trust me, there's some in here. I saw them already. Man. So Smurfberries are kind of a rare find. All right, here we go. Here's Smurfberries. You get a yellow Smurfberry card. So if you got that, you're like, boom! I'm all the way here on the yellow Smurfberry, and I'm grouchy about it. So that's it. And then when you see the Gargamel, you go back. If you get an Apple card, you go to the Apple store, which is over here. And then to win, you got to draw a plain yellow card. And that's it. That'll get you down here. to the end space. This is always a point of contention with me with board games, is like, do you go to here or do you go to here? Do you go one space beyond here or do you go to here? Looks like on this one, it's pretty simple. These are the figures. There's also Brainy, but I didn't poke him out because nobody wants to be you, Brainy. Get out of here, Brainy. They got your standard, these thingamajigs. They actually, it's pretty cool. They gave you twice as many as you need. So they anticipate you losing some of this, which I don't blame them. This game I bought at Five Below, and I think that this was well worth $5. I think that's about what a board game this simple should be. And I think this is, I think, a good board game. It's incredibly simple. If it didn't have the Smurfs, I don't know that it would be fun to play. I think the fun part is that you're like, oh, I'm playing, with the Smurfs. And so if you're a fan of the Smurfs, or you're a fan of this movie and you saw it and you said, oh, it was fun, I liked it, why not give this thing a whirl? I wouldn't go out of my way to get it. The board is smaller than a normal board game, probably by about 25%. It folds up, quad folds, so it fits into that box. I mean, I'm sure that was a big part of the design of this, was how can we fit this into this particular box? And so you can see this doesn't look like the highest quality materials. Smurfette's stuck in there. But not the highest quality materials, kind of just, very cheap, not, thick cardboard or anything, but good enough. Good enough for, in a pinch, for, if you're looking for a quick game, especially you got some little kids, don't know how to read or anything. These are great because you don't have any words, except for on this side where you have tons of words, especially all this copyright, because Peyo's got to get his money. But there you go, and you could visit their website. Well, that'll bring this one to a close. Fun little kids game. If you got some kids and you find this maybe at a thrift shop or something, it's worth it. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, click this box here and watch this video, or click this box here and watch that video, and then you can see more of me. I do a new video every single day at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you're subscribed below. Tell a friend too. Please spread the word. And try not to buy one if it's crushed up like this, because it really decreases the value of your Smurfs game.